Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Drag the Lake. Let's get a little bit. Yeah, let's get a little bit more back in there on the intro. I'll hear how this sounds better in the future. Welcome. Hey, I'm over here. Anyway, all right, let's get that the fuck out of here. Welcome, Dunbar number 1 in the chat. You can go watch this live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Andy Malafarina. Big Red in the Morning is dead. I actually changed the YouTube back to Andy Malafarina since I don't want to have any more confusion. I think it makes sense now. We go Andy Malafarina everywhere, and then the podcasts are Drag the Lake, and you guys obviously know Panties in the Mouth. Those are the fucking pods. Check them the fuck out. New panties just dropped. I thought it went really fucking well. I really liked it. It was a fun-filled fucking episode. Sorry. I'm very distracted, as always. St. Ivan in the chat. Yes, over on twitch.tv/Andy Malfredo. Let me pull up the Twitch chat. Oh my god, the boys are back in town. If I could play copywritten music here on YouTube and then eventually on Spotify. Oh, that is another thing. If you are on Spotify, every day around 10 a.m., truthfully, and then a brand new viewer, Runaway Vals, posts a lot like other viewer we've had, but this guy's brand new. But what was I saying before? The fuck was I saying before? Let me pull up a bunch of stuff. I got some clips. we gotta watch. Fuck, I forget. I was gonna say a fucking thing. What was the fucking thing I was gonna say? No, we got I'm simplifying my goddamn world. I'm not having 29,000 fucking podcasts. It's Andy Mouse 10 a.m. Spotify. Oh yeah, Spotify. Oh yeah. That's right. I was gonna say, if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes, where people listen to us, just know if you go to Drag the Lake on YouTube or if you go to twitch.tv/Andy Malfrina, you can watch these motherfuckers live. We go live every day around 10 a.m. I'm here every day. Pat's here sometimes. We do it like a morning show, talk show. It's a good fucking time. Yeah, but I wanted to, enough yapping. I don't have anything. Sometimes I start these with like an hour of me being introspective and thinking about things and all this other stuff. I got nothing in the tank. I did want to bring this up though. I got like I looked inward. I looked inward and I looked inward. I've made that joke 1,500 million times. Derek in the chat. What's up, Derek? All the uses. Thank you so much. I like how it pops up on here. Transgender pride. My boy. What's this one called? Cancel 47 Alex Tinfoil. Cancel 47 Alex Tinfoil. Cancel 47. Oh, is that Alex Jones? Nice. Yeah, it doesn't. I'm doing this on Restream, so your emojis don't pop up the right way. I apologize, beautiful people. But yeah, a lot of times I spend being very introspective, thinking about things, and I did that all weekend. I was very introspective. I was very I don't know, man. I don't know what the meaning of life is. Because I got to be honest. Can I get introspective about being introspective? Here we go. Here's Big Red's deep thoughts. I don't know if it's always good to get deep on things. I think it's good to from a political sense, I think it's good to expose fallacies, all that kind of magical shit. It's good to expose bad people, and it's just good to keep it a buck. That's what I'm trying to do out here. Yeah, I'm trying to be, and this is me watching Eddie Murphy. I'm watching the Eddie Murphy documentary. I'm introspective. That was fucked up. That's fucked up. I don't mean that. Eddie Murphy, if you watch that, I didn't fucking say that. That's I would never say some shit like that. Actually, I had a solid. You guys know I've been valeting cars. You guys know that. I'm too good for this stand-up comedy show. Who the fuck? No, who the fuck pursues their stand-up comedy career? Don't do that. Be low on money. Have a massive amount of debt and have to go get a job valeting cars. It's the fucking dream. It's the dream, dude. No, actually, I gotta be honest. For a job I had to reluctantly get, it's actually kind of chill as fuck. Not lying. But actually, since I am talking about a day job, because you guys can have day jobs. But I'm Big Red. I'm an artist. That's a big deal for me. For you guys, that's just light work for you. I'm playing a character. I'm playing a character right now. I'm not actually attacking you guys. I'm playing the artist that would kill themselves if they that is my favorite thing that artistic types do, that they're like, if I had to live a normal person life for 1 second, I'd fucking kill myself. And I don't understand how anyone could do that. Also, the entire basis of how I get paid is by people who live a normal life. But if that was me, I'd fucking kill myself. I'm like, nah, dude. Actually, like, that's what I realized about. I was listening to some comedians on a thing, and that's what I realized about some comedians. It's like, it's not that, because I remember hearing like Rogan talk about it, and he was just like, the regular world doesn't make any sense. And I think and then I started to think about it more, and I'm like, no, it doesn't make sense for you. And like I'm not just trying to come at Rogan. Like, I've heard a million comics say this, because I think there's a lot of people who like the routine of the quote unquote normal life is actually very good and nice for them. And it's like, it's very good and it's nice for them, and it's not, and it's like, well, it's also, in addition to that, it's just adding the fact that it's like, oh, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, do you work a job that really, oh, what, you work in a warehouse that sends out a lot of stuff that creates commerce and keeps this country moving? And then, what do? Do you make good money and you have a good health care, so when your kids need braces, it's not a big deal? Oh, what a loser. You should be like me and go out to clubs late at night and get drunk and tell jokes for 5 minutes at a pop. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, that's like the thing. I think that's a big part of what I get annoyed about with comics. It's like, no, that's a thing that works for you, because it's like, on the flip side, it's like the traditional job structure doesn't work for everyone. You know what I mean? It doesn't work for everyone. That's half the reason I want to do comedy, is because I was like, oh, I want the freedom to do what I want during the day. I don't work well in a strict, you have to be here at this time and you have to leave at this time. Like, I don't work in a good system like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got off on a tangent trying to hilariously beg for money. But no, I've heard a bunch of comics like complain about that stuff. And it's like, no, I think stand-up comedy is just for dudes that are incapable of holding down a like 9 to 5 style job, which is like fine on both ends. I think there needs to be more understanding of, like, life, day-to-day life doesn't have like a one size fits all thing. So I think, for some people, I think, because I don't know. Because I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot because that's what I got sort of like fucking, you know, face fucked with all of life, of just like, oh, you got a regular job? You got a regular fucking job? You know what I mean? And then it's like, I got into stand-up comedy and all this stuff, and it's like, I like yapping into microphones. I like doing stand-up comedy. But it's like, it's just as gay as any regular job. It's just as cool and as gay as any regular job. It's just like substantially more glamorous. You know what I mean? So the gayer aspects are way gayer and the cooler aspects are way cooler. But it's still like the same percentage of like gay and cool. That's the header for that. That's the name of the episode. Um, Gay and cool comedians work. They're just HR latest scheduling meetings to fire people put in different cities. I don't know that. I think you're trying to be clever on that one. I don't get it. I don't get it. Um. Anyway, a few days ago on my way to work, I was sitting there feeling like my routine was making me an NPC. Yeah, but also too, you got to think about it. Like a routine as a comedian can make you an NPC. I'm not like shitting on stand-up comedy. I'm just saying like a lot of people, I don't know, there's like a huge glamorization of it. And it's just like, there's this huge glamorization of stand-up comedy. And it's like, well, no, it's a job like anything else. It's just, rather than actually creating a physical thing, we create joy and entertainment and, stuff like that and drama and things like that. And the difference is like, whatever your job is, like if you're an accountant, you don't need, to be successful at my job, it would benefit me to have millions of strangers know who I am and hopefully like me. You know what I'm saying? Like but to be the best accountant, you just gotta fucking crunch the numbers better than the last guy. Like, you know what I mean? The thing is to like to do this successfully, I just need more people looking at it. You know what I mean? And people confuse popularity with just being of higher status. You know what I mean? And it's like we're learning in the modern age, like you don't need to be of higher status to just get people to pay attention to you. So I think people, and dude, I got to be honest, like I've hung out with well, it's kind of funny, like I've hung out with my substantially more famous friends, and it looks, depending on like the level of the type of fame you have, it actually seems incredibly exhausting to be super duper fucking famous. Like their money looks cool as shit, but it actually looks super exhausting to be super duper famous. And then even on like even on like my level, who I'm like no one, I'm not famous or nothing like that, but I'm like known by people. You know what I mean? Like people in public know who I am, and then they have opinions on me, and then occasionally, you get, like long diatribes of like people screaming at you in your Instagram comments, or you get long diatribes on YouTube comments, and it's like, if you choose to pay attention to those, which I unfortunately victimize myself with too much because I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? It's like, and in that you're like, oh, I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to fucking hang out. And you just get a fucking shit ton of people being like, yeah, dude, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So it's just, yeah, but by the sheer fact that people are like paying attention to you doesn't explicitly make you better. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like when COVID happened, we started to like. I remember when COVID happened, I started to listen to like way more comedy podcasts than I normally would, just because I was like losing the human interaction and stuff. But so there is definitely immense value to our day to day of like comedy and stuff. But that's more like just the art of like that's just the art of like being around humans and being entertained. It's not that like the podcast specifically, like when the apocalypse happens, it's not going to be like, oh, we all forgot how to entertain each other, we desperately need podcasters. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what you got to think about. Like when shit goes down and the apocalypse happens, it's like, the doomsday prepper is of way more value than the fucking podcaster or the fucking celebrity who people hold up as the bigger deal, and then shit like that. But I got caught on a little bit of a tangent. There we go. There's Big Red's introspective, because that seems to be the best way I start off these things. I just get a little bit. I got thoughts swirling around. I just need to fucking flush them down the drain. And this stream is me flushing down the drain. All you comedians do is book flights and hotel rooms. Big woke, a self-employed travel agent for yourself. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's not all. We do, and then sometimes if you have a manager, they do it for you, so don't you feel like a big fucking idiot for saying all that stuff. Don't you feel like a big idiot? Hey, man, it's really stressful booking a flight. Um, they make flyers also. Tough work. Why are you guys damn. I'm being self-deprecating. You guys are coming at me. You guys are attacking comedians so viciously. No, I don't know. I went on a rant just because I was talking about fucking I don't know. I would like your money, but the second it comes to like actually no, it's just you know what it is? I would love your money. I would love your guys' money. It would be so cool to have your money. Because that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is like, wait, what the fuck? This a active community warning strike? Oh yeah, this fucking bullshit, dude. This shit. Look at this shit. Sorry, I'm going through my fucking YouTube. This is the fucking retarded ass world we live in. I was going to check the health of the stream over here on Drag the Lake, and it said I pull it up here, and it said channel violations, active community strike. Your content was removed to a violation of our community guidelines. You received a warning. If you select take action, you can appeal. If you think we got it wrong, you can also take an optional training to remove the warning after 90 days. I will not take your gay ass training. If you violate this policy again within 90 days of completing the policy training, you'll get a strike. Oh, this is just a warning. Okay. You won't be able to do things like upload posts or live stream for 1 week. Okay. So, for context, if anyone would like to know, the context of what that was about. Wait, I'm just going to recheck the health of the stream. Just to make sure everything's good over there. We are live. These are things that happened in the live moment. Let me turn on the monetization so I can make 3 cents off this stream. But all right, we're back. Big Red is back. Enough of this bullshit to catch you guys and I forgot about that. Oh shit, this movie looks so good, by the way. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things at once. You guys know I'm the greatest at multitasking, but there's a this shit. Let me show you this shit real quick. Actually, I'm going to talk about the YouTube, but just to give you a heads up what I was talking about before when I got distracted. Dead Man's Wire, Skarsgård. Brother, I watched this trailer the other day. I'll show you guys this fucking trailer. It fucking rips so fucking hard. It looks so good. But yeah, Skarsgård. I don't even want to ruin it. We'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about this new movie, Dead Man's Wire. It looks sick as fuck. But no, so YouTube, in the never ending battle of trying to be the lamest website in the world. Like it's just YouTube's so frustrating because it just has the potential to be the coolest website in the fucking world. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big just fucking as of lately, I've been trying to be better about like actually reading books, and I bought a fuck ton of audiobooks, and I'm trying to catch up on those, and just trying to be a well-rounded human being. But if I let all of my vices take over, I would just be jerking off, and then when my dick starts hurting too much that I just go, we can't do this 5 times before noon, Andy. We just can't do this. I would be like, all right, another video essay then. Let's do a video. I would just be ripping video essays on YouTube, watching a dude for 17 hours break down about how a fucking YouTuber raped a Twitch streamer, shit like that. I'd just be ripping YouTube, posting my reaction to someone else's reaction to a different person's reaction. Oh my God. It would just be the best. And then we'd be uploading videos of murder and all this other stuff. YouTube has the potential to be the coolest website in the fucking world. But then they decided, like a bunch of losers, they decided to get one of those pesky algorithms to go, oh, did you watch this video? Well, this must be the only type of media you ever want to consume, you fucking dullard. This must be the only thing you ever want to fucking watch. Is this one thing? Oh, did you watch? Did you watch 5 years ago? Watch a video of Ben Shapiro owning some college kids because you didn't realize how fucking gay he was, and that was kind of funny at the time because you didn't realize that was all he was good at is making teenage girls look fucking stupid. Well, I guess this is all you want to watch. You want to watch Ben Shapiro and you want to watch a black guy getting shot by the cops. That's all you want to fucking watch because their fucking algorithm doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm going off, brother. No, but like their algorithm is fucking stupid. It's nonsense. It's garbage. It's the problem with a lot of these fucking algorithms and like the AI and the AI learning and all that stuff. It's not because that's not how, and it kind of goes into play with like what we've been learning in general about AI. AI is good, and AI is good at enhancing the human experience. So like I use it a lot of times as a quick Google. If I need information, like I don't feel like going through different articles. I just need the information directly. It's a quick Google. If I want to, I don't know how to do Photoshop. If I want to Photoshop a penis in my friend's mouth, AI's there. That enhances my living experience. But it's like when AI tries to replace humans, and it's like even something as simple as oh, you like that? You know what else you'd like? And it's like, it can't even do that right. It's like, oh, you like that? You know what else you would like? Is the exact same fucking thing. And that's why everyone's life feels like a game of shitty. Well, I don't want to compare it to Fortnite because Fortnite has been fucking ripping lately. And we will talk about that as well. Fortnite has been fucking ripping lately, dude. But no, it's just the algorithms, are the simplest thing of like, because humans aren't just, oh, I like that, I'm going to do that again. You know what I mean? Like, I love pizza. I'm not going to fucking get pizza every day for lunch. Sometimes I'd like a burger. Sometimes I want to get tacos. And then after about 3 or 4 lunches, I'll probably go back to pizza. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the fucking algorithms need to learn. It's like, oh, you like this? Well, we'll send you some other shit, and then we'll send you back to that in like a week. I don't want that every fucking day. So that's like one reason why their algorithms fucking stink. And then the other reason their algorithms fucking stink is because sometimes when you're doing a daily show called Drag the Lake, that half the time you do solo and half the time your beautiful friend Patrick George comes on and he does a podcast with you. And then sometimes you find an article that you think would be funny content for your beautiful, beautiful viewers who are just trying to fucking ignore the sludge of the daily grind. And they're trying to ignore that the planet we live on is literal hell. You find a little article by the New York Post saying Jeffrey Epstein and Adolf Hitler may have had micropenises. And you go, that looks like some good stuff. That looks like it could fill 20 minutes where me and all my friends could fucking ignore the dark, dark realities of life. So we pull that article up. We laugh. We had the balls to defend Epstein and Hitler. Not a lot of people are going to do that. We're going to get into the mix and we're going to go, hey, New York Post, it's not fair. It's not fair what you said about poor Epstein and poor Adolf Hitler. Poor vulnerable Jeffrey Epstein and poor vulnerable Adolf Hitler. It's not fair what you fucking said about him. But still, we make the content, we post the video, and we go, dude, I'm doing my job. I got to pay the bills. I got to keep the lights on around here. So I'm putting very enticing headlines. I'm putting very enticing video titles. So I type out, did Jeffrey Epstein and Adolf Hitler have micro P's? Micro P's. You don't even know what I'm saying. Maybe it was micro pizzones. You don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. Maybe it was a micro pizzone. Maybe I was calling up fucking, God damn it. What was the dad in Modern Family? By the way, that's how I know him. Tommy Davidson? Is that his name? Yeah, maybe I was calling up Tommy Davidson in the early 2000s Pizza Hut commercial about pizzones. You don't fucking know. Maybe Epstein and Hitler liked pizzones, you stupid fucks, over at YouTube. But then these assholes, they go, don't you dare, don't you dare talk bad about poor, defenseless, vulnerable victim Jeffrey Epstein and Adolf Hitler. And these fucking idiots at YouTube hit me with a hate speech claim. And it's like, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? We're allowed to do that to Hitler and Jeffrey Epstein. You're allowed to hate speech them. That's okay to do. I don't even know if I was actually full-blown hate speeching. Because if you watch the video, again, I was making the argument like, guys, there's plenty of bad stuff to say about Adolf Hitler and Jeffrey Epstein. You don't have to make up the fact that because like the funny part about the article was like, the funny part about the article is it was like 3 paragraphs long, and there was literally zero evidence, there was zero argument to actually claim, like to confidently claim bro had a micro penis, or to say Bowles had a micro pee. There was zero fucking claim, zero fucking argument. And we were saying, there's plenty to shit on these guys about. You don't have to make up that they had little dicks. It honestly emboldens their fans. Not that I don't think Epstein has too many fans, but Hitler definitely has a couple of fans. So it's like, you don't have to make up the fact that they have little dicks. People don't like them. People are not fans. You know what I mean? People are not fans of them. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to like make up that stuff about them. It's hilarious. But either way, even if we were hate speeching them, it's Hitler and Epstein. YouTube, what are we doing? It's Hitler and Epstein. You're allowed to hate speech those guys. So, but also too, like, you know, I've been a silly goose this whole time. Let's be serious, Andy, real quick. Serious, Andy. It is also like, I get it. Like, the algorithm is seeing micro penis. Like, it's catching micro penis. Sure, whatever. But like, when you hit an appeal, and then like actually, because I assume when you hit the fucking appeal, a physical person has to like watch it or something. But I hit the appeal, and it's just like, yeah, no, we watched it. No. And I'm like, okay, so it's just fucked up to like, it's just fucking, that's the thing. You can't shit on Epstein and Hitler. I can't make fun of Epstein and Hitler. And and I understand if like, here's my thing. I imagine if like an actual representative from YouTube called me and was like, okay, what was the content of the video? And then I'd be like, da 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 da. And they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's chill. I guarantee you they'd be like, that's fine. It's the fact that it's like, your algorithm caught it for the stupidest fucking reasons. Your algorithm caught it for the stupidest fucking reasons. And then when I appealed it, and it did, it's like, what I assume is like a slow down double check, hit you with the slow down double check. It stayed just as fucking stupid. And now I just have like a warning. You know what I mean? So like, it's just, when there's so much great positive potential for this website, and then I just have to like sit there and be like, not even a person with a grudge, just a computer that fucking catches something similar to it's like, it catches something that's similar to people being dickheads. You know, I just have to look out for that. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to be a Rumble guy, but like, I'm not gonna, I mean, I'm the last of the real motherfuckers. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it I don't have any cash on me. It's in the other room. I'm the last of the real motherfuckers. Because a lot of these guys out here, they'll go like, oh, I want to have a good career. I want to make money. I want to grow. And I go, no. I want to hold on to very idealistic views of the world and have integrity. Ugh. One of those pieces of shit. And it's just like if your fucking gay ass algorithm forces me to like actually have integrity, I go, what's the point of any of this shit, man? I'm just gonna go work in a kitchen and say slurs with all the bros. You know what I mean? Like the point of doing this stuff, the point of doing this stuff was to publicly be retarded for money. And then people go like, man, they really ruin their lives by just being this publicly retarded. I'm gonna give them $5. You know what I mean? And then people watch you and they just go like, wow, those guys are fucking idiots, but they really sacrificed a lot by being publicly retarded. They really did the Lord's work by being publicly retarded. That's all I ever wanted out of it. All I ever wanted out of this world. I get like they gave me a taste. They gave me a taste back in the day with ONA and early YKWd and early Legion of Skanks. They were like, you could be absolutely fucking retarded. You could be fucking retarded and people will love it and they'll laugh at you and they'll throw fish to you like you're a fucking seal. And then you'll make a couple bucks at it and the world will be beautiful. And I go, that's great. I'm 23. I don't want to evolve past this mentally. And they'll be like, that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. You can say slurs. We all think less of you. Say them, Andy. Say them. And I go, I will. Oh, no, I said them. I'm going to delete this from the internet. Oh, no. I will. And then it's just like, oh, by the way, Daniel Tosh made a rape joke. Now we look at you guys more strictly than politicians. And then, yeah, it'll just reflect that and everything. I don't know, man. You know what it is? You know what's so painful about the world? Is like you live in it and you can see the potential for it. And all that happens is every day you wake up and you see the potential and there's just people going like, what if we didn't even get close to that? What if we just were a mile away from that at all times? Wouldn't that be fucking sick? Wouldn't that be fucking sick? Oh, is there huge potential for the world to be a great, beautiful, prosperous, productive place? What if we were 9,000 miles away from that constantly? Or what if we were like close enough? What if we were like close enough that you could like taste it and smell it and, you know, have some false hope that it could fucking happen? But realistically, it's never going to get there because we're all fucking gay as shit and we're all doing algorithms. We're all doing piece of shit algorithms. All right. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna get a little bit more coffee. I'll be right back. Listen to this song my band wrote in the early 2000s.
Every word I've ever said has burned my lips, left me ungently.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's Big Red on the drums. Big Red on the drums. Big J Simpson on the guitar and vocals. And my favorite brother on the bass. David Malafarino on the bass guitar. Rocking and rolling. Pretty good time. In regard to yeah, Slav had to jump in on Hitler's dick. Slav had to bounce on it for a second in regards to the Hitler dick nonsense. I'm not going to say what kind of doctor. Dig it. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for digging it. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I was telling you guys about this trailer. I watched it the other day. Dead Man's Wire. Dude, I got to tell you, I like when I'm really enjoying the Skarsgård family existing for my viewing pleasure. I gotta tell you, they're really good at acting. They're really fucking good at acting. How do I make my fucking head? What's up? Big Red's a little bit bigger. God, I really do enjoy when the Skarsgårds are acting up a goddamn storm. It's a fun fucking time. But yeah, I saw this trailer, and God, I identified with it a lot. I'm really starting to realize that some of these dudes who just snap, they were just trying to live. They're just trying to be a good man in a nonsense world. And it's not, violence isn't good. Violence is never the answer. Let me be a little bit bigger than the Scott. Violence is never the answer. Let me say this right now. Look me in the fucking eyes. Violence is never the answer. But I got to be honest. When you're trying to be a sane man in an insane world, it's sometimes it feels like the only answer. It's not. For legal reasons, it's not. But sometimes it feels like the only answer. And now I'm starting to think that a lot of these dudes, it's just a falling down. I actually got to watch the movie to see if that dude was right for his rampage or not. But it is starting to feel like a lot of these dudes who are spazzing, you know what I mean? Like, what was it? Dorner, the Dorner guy. It wasn't right. All those guys he murdered. But like, when you dug into it, was it that crazy? Anyway, this is my, let's watch the Dead Man's Wire trailer. This fucking rips.
It is Tuesday, February 8th. I'm DJ Fred Temple. I thank you for listening.
By the way, Gus Van Sant, nice. I was actually making fun of him recently because I did the episode with Austin Wade Picard, which I like the views on it, but it needs more. Austin's the fucking man, and that video needs way more views. But God, that shadow looks like a tree with a dick. Anyway, what is that? Why is that happening? Why is there a dick shadow on my wall? Anyway, that's gonna bother me. Whatever, we can't address it. So, now the dick's on my head. Fuck. But we were talking about, Gus Van Sant. We were talking about that with Austin because we were talking about Columbine, and then Gus Van Sant did that elephant movie, which was about Columbine, and just for no reason, just was like, and they're gay. They're gonna make out in the beginning, but no. This is why the Skarsgård dude is such a good actor, because like he's such a beautiful, hot, fucking like tall from one of those random white country guys. You know what I'm saying? From one of those like Norway countries, one of those Sweden countries. He's one of those fuckers. And he's still able to have this posture of just like, oh, this is a disgusting this is a weird, not disgusting, that was mean. This is a weird guy I don't want to be around.
Tuesday, February 8th. I'm DJ Fred Temple. I thank you for listening.
Mr. Temple, sir, you have a caller?
I have dinner in 30 minutes is what I have.
That Tony Kuritz's fellow is on the line and he's asking to speak to you. The guy with the shotgun in the man's neck.
You should open with that shit, James.
Bad times coming and I reap what I done sow.
Hello, Mr. Kuritzis.
It's an honor, Fred.
What's on your mind, brother?
This loan company's done me wrong. They set me up and schemed to ruin my life.
Well, let me tell you something.
I'm not a rich man. I'm a poor man, and that never bothered me.
I'm a man that's fighting for everything that he owns, sir.
So what's your plan, Tony, huh? What's next?
This is a dead man's wire. If anybody yanks on me or yanks on that gun, he'll die.
Listen, Tony.
You've made your point.
I want a formal apology from Meridian Mortgage. I want financial compensation for all the money I would have had. And I want to walk out of here a free man.
You want some milk? Sure thing, Tony.
Hey, look, I see your milk.
No ice, Tony.
Good, because I don't remember if I filled the tray this morning. It was a whirlwind.
Now, Tony, a lot of worried folk out here.
This is unbelievable.
Okay, Dad. If you wanted to take a moment to apologize, I think it would expedite this release process.
I'm not going to admit guilt to something I didn't do.
Just apologize for what you did. Just apologize.
No, Tony, no. Stay strong, Richard.
Hello?
I said,
Some sick, twisted people in this world.
I hear you, Tony. But holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
He's a goddamn hero is what he is.
Finally, somebody has the balls.
Wait, what was that line?
Anger is... I hear you, Tony. But holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
He's a goddamn.
Yeah, dude, that's some fucking advice. For it's so real, but the only bitch about it is it's like it's like one of the sad realities of this world is that the what's the fucking word? It's just the type of person that, because it's like a lot of times the anger you hold on to, you're like justified in why you're mad about it. You're justified in why you're mad about it, where you're like, they did me wrong. They owe me this apology to kind of like balance it out and make it right. And it's just like, you know, and you're never going to get that because the type of people who are going to treat you like that are either not going to be able to see why they're wrong, or they're not going to care to, you know, bring justice to this moment. And it's just this bit, and then it's like, and then it turns into you being the guy who has to always be the bigger man. Can you tell this is from personal experience? These statements are from personal experience. But no, it's like it's on you to always be, and it's like that's good and nice, and you know, it's a lot of that stoicism bullshit is based off that and all that kind of shit. But like, I gotta be perfectly honest, that kind of shit gets fucking exhausting. Like, being the bigger man is exhausting, and never getting, you know, you shouldn't live your life, because this is also just clearly the pitfalls of, you know, expecting justice from unjust people. And, you know, it'll drive you fucking mad, basically sitting there waiting for your pound of flesh. And then you fucking tie a gun to a guy's head. Just asking for an apology from Al Pacino, and it's just never going to come. But yeah, it's why, you know, obviously I don't condone anything like this, but like, there's this weird sympathy a guy like me has with shit like this, where you're just like, I'm a good person. I'm trying to be a just being in this unjust world. And like, I'm owed this. You know what I mean? I can sympathize with that mindset. Let's finish this trailer out.
Damn hero is what he is.
Finally, somebody has the balls to stand up to these parasites.
I'm not going to be humiliated by anyone. The whole world is going to know the truth. I'm a man of the people. I know the people.
He's a good man.
He's out of control.
The real shit show.
I'm a goddamn national hero, and don't you forget it.
I'm just getting started.
Let's go. Going straight now.
I think it's a left up here.
I think I know where I live. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to focus
It's
on
a left here. You're right.
Yeah, man. This movie looks fucking sick. And I think there is like a personal thing where it's like, again, violence is bad. I'm not going to go fucking do any. I'm not going to go do any of this shit. But like, what it's sort of getting at symbolically, I can completely fucking get down with, and shit like that. I can completely, god damn it. Sorry, it's fucking gay shit in the comments. I gotta stop reading them while I'm trying to be in the middle of my fucking shit. No, but Yeah, man. It's just like I can identify with those impulses and those instincts and shit like that. It's very yeah. It's fucking interesting. But yeah, man, that's just why I don't know. I don't know. That's just why that shit fucking sucks ass. Because then it's like you look at the world and you're like, oh yeah, that's why the world's run by sociopaths. Because there's like normal good people trying to, you know, bring sort of this like justice and balance to the world. And there's other people who just don't have a soul, who don't care about other people's feelings, who don't care about how other people feel. And they're just gonna plow. And it's like I think more people like more people like me and like this need to understand that. And it's like, yeah, you don't when you know that about people, when it's I think as a society we need to be able to identify the psychopaths better. The problem is psychopaths are really good at making you think they're like normal people. That's why politicians get reelected all the time. They're really good at making you believe they're normal people. So it's hard sometimes to not get run through. You know, that sounded it's hard not to get gangbanged by psychopaths. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, well, that ended super gay. I didn't mean to. Damn. But anyway, yeah, I fuck with this movie. This looks sick. I'm gonna check it out. But anyway, what was the fucking gay ass shit Slav was saying? This movie seems kind of gay. Gay advice. Apologies don't mean shit anymore. They're either coerced or given out by those who will repeat their actions. Well, okay, you can't see. This is what's wrong with you. This is what's wrong with you, Slav. You say this movie seems kind of gay. Gay. Then you said I was giving out gay advice, and then you just like you can't. Again, this is kind of like what I'm saying. He's like, I take the time to like have nuance and think things out. And then like a dude like you is just going to say, well, that's gay. Here's why. And then it's just like, you're now saying the gayest possible fucking thing you could possibly say right now. And you're like, you'll never have the brain power to understand your like contradictions. So it's like, you're saying all that, then you go, apologies don't mean shit anymore. They're either coerced or given out by those who will repeat their actions. Like, all right, like you like that's my whole thing, man. You can't That's just like the corniest fucking apologies don't mean shit anymore. It's just like like saying it that way is just like the corniest shit I've ever heard. It's not even to say that there's not any like truth to what you're saying. Like, I think we do live. People are just it's the nature of social media and how it's sort of infested our minds and how it's sort of like affected the way we process everything. I will say, to meet you halfway a little bit, I will say that people do seem substantially more like defensive when you try to talk to them. Like, I think human beings are because of social media, we've trained ourselves to be like, I might get attacked for this. Human beings exist in a substantially more defensive way nowadays, and it's very annoying and it's gay as fuck. But yeah, man, just to go apologies don't mean shit anymore is like, I mean, you can't you can't shit on my stuff and then immediately be the biggest cornball in the world. I still love you, buddy, but that's what I'm trying to say is like, this is why people like me spin my tires, because I let this shit fucking drive me insane. Because it's like, I don't know, man. It's a thing of like, do you just not do people like that just not see the hypocrisy in what you're saying, or the like inherent contradiction? I don't know. Maybe I'm harping on this too much, because it is just I do get a fucking I do get a little grumpy when it is like, you're doing this and now I'm going to immediately do what I just said you do. And you're like, what are we doing out here, man? Anyway, not going to harp on this too much longer. I've made my point, and the opinions that have changed will change, and they will not. I got to put on more fucking I've not been moisturizing properly. What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, Fortnite happened. That was pretty sick. Oh shit. Oh, that's kind of cool. They got like a Fortnite movie. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I wanted to pull this up. This was the Fortnite event. So this was the Fortnite event that happened over the weekend. And it was kind of funny. I was gonna go do it. Part of me wanted to like be a part of it. Part of me wanted to be a part of it, and part of me kind of regrets not doing it because it did end up seeming pretty. Excuse me. It did end up seeming kind of cool. Like it would have, like, in hindsight, watching this back. So they do this whole thing where they're like, okay, we're gonna go through a different because okay, so let me start over. Yeah, there's a Tarantino short film. I saw a link for that when I was looking for this one. I kind of want to watch it though. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to put it, Dunbar. The event was pretty neat, but pretty pointless though. Well, so after I was done like watching this, that's kind of like the gauge or the general vibe I got off of it. Is it was like neat, but it was kind of like, well, why did any of that have to happen? And then afterwards I stopped and I thought about it more, and I kind of realized, I was like, oh, Fortnite, like, it actually made me appreciate Fortnite more, because it made me realize, like, they at least like pretend. Let me make my head a little bit bigger. Like, Fortnite will put an effort in to actually like pretend that there's a reason for why they're doing anything. They don't just go, hey, like, because a lot of when you're on like social media and shit like that, we've all experienced it, where you just log on to Instagram one day, and then like or any of the apps, but like it happened to me on Instagram recently, where you like log on to Instagram, and then you just look over, and you're like, oh, when the post button used to be in the bottom middle, and now it's the top left, because why the fuck not, or wherever the fuck it is. And so like they just change things for the sake of it. And then it just happens. Now, Fortnite's not necessarily just changing it for the sake of it, but just using the analogy. I like what Fortnite's doing, because rather than you just log on one day and there's an update, they give you like a little fucking thing of like why things are different and why things are the way they are. So like even right now, here, I'll make my head a little bit smaller again. Even like right now, like you see, Ninja Turtles, we got some Squid Games, we got Homer in the background, Voltron, there was Godzilla earlier, all these intellectual properties, and they're kind of fucking Family Guys here. So they're kind of leaning into the thing that like Marvel Comics did when Marvel got so obsessed with the multiverse, because they kind of like, if you guys don't know, they started realizing like the resale market on comics. There was like people could make a lot of money on reselling, like, if you had the first issue of something. So they kept, and then like variant covers. So they kept like restarting these series and making a bajillion variant covers and doing all this shit. And, they started to like ruin the continuity of everything. They started to ruin the continuity of everything. And the way to like pretend like it was all still in the same universe is they made a bunch of like, they leaned into all that like multiverse stuff and shit like that. Let me put my head over in, oh wait, we're switching. Wait, I'm going to put my head in the other corner so you can see Peter shooting people. But you know what I mean? So they instituted the multiverse to sort of go, no, this all is on purpose and this all makes sense. And I'm sure there's a Marvel guy in the fucking comment section being like, well, actually not exact. I'm in the ballpark of being right about that. And so it's kind of cool where they're basically the whole capitalistic consumerism thing of just being like, we're going to have all these intellectual properties that in it because we know there's going to be a dumbass like me who's going to be like I'm not a guy to spend a shit ton of money in Fortnite, but like when Giant Chicken showed up from Family Guy, I was like, well, I have to do that. And like I'm even feeling it right now with the bride from Kill Bill. I'm feeling it right now where I'm like, well, I kind of gotta do, like, how am I not gonna do that? You know what I mean? So they're kind of leaning into it, it's a creative way to be like, no, this isn't just consumerism and stuff. This is actually, you're a part of it's actually 0 hour, and there's a rift, and there's multiple universes, and when you're playing the game, you're in a time loop. So I will say, I say all this to say, the effort to take everything that's ever happened and bring it together into like one cohesive, no, this is actually a real world that exists. I got to be honest, I kind of respect it, because it kind of, it's the fact that like, the fact that just even something as simple as like Fortnite puts in the effort to just act like there's a story going on is very funny to me. And it just makes it nice, because like I'm not naive to sit here and go like, Fortnite really cares about you. But like in a world where every company every company is so blatantly just trying to clap your cheeks, like EA Games is one of the most, when it comes to like video games and stuff like that, EA Games is one of the most blatant about it. But a lot of companies in general, like a lot of these, you see Peter still, a lot of these companies in general, like EA Games is the worst about it in video games. I know like Call of Duty's getting pretty bad about it in video games. I know like a lot of the like Photoshop and Adobe, that's what it was. Like a lot of the Adobe about how they just switched. So like, oh, you can't physically buy this anymore. You can only rent it. It's just, all the streaming services are just being like, now there's models with like every streaming service has a version with ads when they don't need to fucking do that. Like it's just so blatantly like, it's so blatantly that like every business is just trying to clap your cheeks to some degree when they don't need to. So I guess what I'm trying to say is to see who's Fortnite, Epic Games, to see someone like Fortnite actually putting forth like a real effort to go like, no, let's not just give them an update. Let's do it in a cool way. And where a lot of these companies go like, well, what we can't, what are we going to do? We're not going to directly make any money off this. And it's like, no, you're going to get, like when you actually give an effort to make fans feel like you care that they're on your fucking game playing it. If you actually make an effort to do that, you're going to have more passionate fans. You're going to have more locked in fans. Like I have multiple options to play a battle royale. Now, I am less likely to go on Warzone because I know Warzone is just going to work harder to try to fucking clap my cheeks. And it's like Fortnite's going to work harder to actually make me think they give a shit. So obviously it's, I'm not sitting here thinking like, well, this is the big corporation that loves me, but they're actually going to fucking give a fuck. So I don't know, man. I just think it's cool to see in a day and age where corporations just like these businesses that, want your money. They're just like trying nowhere near as hard anymore to get your money. They're just like, because in all honesty, like there is a degree of the consumer base that allows it to happen, because like with certain things, when it comes to like Call of Duty, there's like things like with Call of Duty where there's like the huge chunk of the audience that they're making a bunch of money off of, where they're just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to play your fucking game no matter what. I'm going to play your fucking game no matter what, and shit like that. And, there is part of the consumer base that has to legit just go like, well, if you guys are going to suck ass, I'm not going to play the game. You know, I think some of the fans need to have the balls to do that. But, you know, just in general, to have like a company that actually seems like they care about making you as the consumer happy is cool and is nice to see. And I appreciate that. Again, I'll say it again. I appreciate a battle royale game actually pretending to have like a storyline to it. And then on top of that, let's also go through some of the updates. Yeah, here we go. This looked pretty cool. Let's go through this and look at some of the updates that are going on with this.
Welcome to Fortnite 7. That's right, the battle bus is no more. You officially surf onto the island, and if you're wondering what that means for the bus driver, well, instead of thanking him, now you pay your respects, so rest in peace, driver. Jokes aside, you're now looking at the official Chapter 7 map. This is Pacific Break, and let's start off by showing you one of the coolest POIs, Sandy Strip. Fortnite created their own version of Las Vegas, and immediately you'll notice the giant sprite staring at you from the distance. This is a parody of the infamous sphere from real life, and it'll react to everything around it. As you probably expect from a place like this, there's of course, and Fortnite didn't shy away. There's literally slot machines with Big Bill's face on it, so I guess he left crypto and went for real gambling instead.
Fortnite better be careful with that, because they got in trouble. Derek made a comment. Yeah. Epic sent me and my kids $300 each for some settlement thing we found on Facebook. Yeah, and that had to do with like gambling. Had to do with like that had to do with like gambling or something. So they better be careful about including casinos in there.
You can also find tons of arcade games and cool decorations in here, like marble fountains, similar to actual Las Vegas. And just like the place, you'll instantly notice the Tilted Towers block is standing tall here. This is also a nod to Vegas, where they have their own versions of landmarks like Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty, and I guess Fortnite went with Tilted. By far the most ridiculous parody is on the highway towards Sandy Strip. Instead of Route 66, it is Route 67. I mean, come on, Fortnite. But let's talk about the NPC you find here.
I love the this is what's tough too about like I love the Fortnite creator energy, where they have to the Fortnite creator energy where they have to just they know, like it's this weird thing where with Fortnite, like I need to know. I wonder if I can look it up on Grok actually. I wonder if I can look it up on Grok. What are the demo? What would I Google? What are the demographics for Fortnite fans? By age? I don't know if that's a good sentence. Because I feel like with Fortnite, there we go. Fortnite analytics. Jesus Christ. Grok doesn't usually take this long. Anyway, let me go back to this real quick and I'll look it up for you guys.
Welcome to Fortnite. Sister, you basically. This is also a nod to Vegas, where they have their own versions of landmarks like the Eiffel Tower or the Statue of Liberty, and I guess Fortnite went with Tilted. By far the most ridiculous parody is on the highway towards Sandy Strip. Instead of Route 66, it is Route 67. Come on.
Oh yeah, and the reason I want to figure this out is just because it's like it feels like with Fortnite it's like they still pretend that the vast majority of the audience are like little kids, when in actuality I think it's like an even split of young. I think it's like a very even split of young people, people in their 20s, and then like dudes my age and shit like that. I think it's actually so, because it'll be a thing where it's like Route 67 and honestly maybe I'm overthinking that because that's my style here, but like that could also just be them like, what if we appealed to the dullards? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not the one to like I wouldn't be the one to determine what to throw in a game like this, because it's like they're the one trying to appeal to everyone. So I guess it does make sense to have 6, 7 in there, but I don't know. On its face, I hate it.
Fortnite. Let's talk NPC you find here. This is your first look at the bride from Kill Bill.
Oh yeah, but then this is the other thing too, where it's like the vibe of Fortnite, again, like I was saying before, it comes off like it's appealing. It's like I think like the thing they're selling is like they act like they're like, yeah, it's for kids, but then also we're just gonna include this character, this violent character from a Quentin Tarantino movie, and it's like. It's not that I'm sitting here being like, oh my God, this is so fucked up. But it also goes like, it's like who this game is for versus who they like pretend it's for is very different in my opinion.
She's officially part of the battle pass and her skin looks amazing, but it gets even cooler if you look for this katana symbol on the map.
Oh yeah, I like this stuff too, because then Fortnite is able to like repurpose things they've already had. So like that was basically a thing in the Star Wars chapter where you could get a lightsaber, and now you can do it where you get a katana.
You just got the Forsaken Valblade, and yes, that was Go-Go and her sister Yuki. You basically get to wipe them out the second you on this, and as you can see, it works just like the Void Blade, especially with the 3 dash charges. For a while now, we talked about the Play as a Villain leak feature, and it turns out this was actually for the brand new item. Take out a boss, for example, Human Bill, you'll draw a transformation item that has the words undroppable red. So what happens when you pick it up? Yep, you now have his abilities. In Human Bill's case, this gives you low gravity ability to spawn 2 henchmen. You'll also get unlimited sprint when playing as a boss, along with 25 extra shield.
Yeah, and I this reminds me too, like with the Human Bill thing. I was thinking about playing the last season, the Simpsons season. Fortnite is for everyone. In the short film, they censored fucking, but not bitch from fucking bitch. Oh, okay. Well, see, that's the thing, but I think it's like they're basically just keeping the general aesthetic, because I think when it first came out, they were trying to appeal to kids, and then they realized the game's actually really fun and everyone likes it. So, but yeah, it does have this thing where it feels, because it is cartoony and shit, it feels like a kid's game. But then when you actually start playing it, you're like, oh, it's a fun game that anyone could like. But yeah, so I think that's the best way to put it. It is for everyone. But no, this was a thing I really like to hear about, because like I don't like games that try to make everything super balanced. You know, obviously, like if something's cheap, definitely nerf it and don't make it available for every fucking player, because then that's not fun. But but if they're, you know, because you would notice it whenever they would have the special guns, like in the Simpsons one, they would have the special weapons where it would be like the laser gun, the phaser gun, and then like the chainsaw, and then there was the what that one Mo had where it was like a shotgun with 4 other guns around it. And it should be a thing where it's like when you have that gun, it should be a tiny bit overpowered, you know, because it's like, why have a special gun if it's not going to be a little bit better than the average guns? The problem is, the reason they have to like pull it back is because they want it to be like, oh, everyone gets a chance at the gun. And it's like, nah, dude, it should be a special thing that when you find it, you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, I got Mo's gun. And then now when you're playing, it should just be, you know, you should just be able to like fucking, like obviously not be God mode, but you should be able to have a little bit of an advantage over everyone else. So I like this whole thing where you can, if you beat the boss, oh yes, the 5 gun, right? I like this whole thing where it's like when you beat the boss, you now have these abilities that just make you a little bit better than everyone else. My only thing is, it should be, I don't know. I haven't actually played this version of Fortnite because I was busy. And then when I tried to sit down to play it, the game wasn't actually letting me play. It was like stuck in this loop where it would play me the 0 point trailer, and then I tried to X out of that, and it would just the game would just crash. So hopefully the shit got updated and worked out, but I haven't actually gotten to play this yet. But yeah, I hopefully it's like hard to beat Human Bill. So like you earn your OP status. To me, that's more fun.
Boss you can transform into is Beach Brutus, and his ability is shield regeneration. So, what's the catch to using these? Well, your location is revealed on the minimap the whole time, so there is some danger to using this.
There we go. Okay, I like that. You're revealed on the minimap. Like, be way stronger, but now you're revealed, so you might get ganged up on by people.
Luckily, you can just fly out of there with the coolest mobility item since the web shooters. Chapter 7 has added a wingsuit, and I mean, just look at this thing in action. This is easily going to be the most popular season, but if you can't find one, there are other ways to get around. You probably noticed them by now, but these huge hot air balloons aren't just for decoration. You're looking at the official replacement for trains. These are called air ventures and work just like the trains used to. There are stations around the map with countdowns to the next balloon and everything. Once you hop on, you can casually ride them from one station to the next, and honestly, it's way better than a train because it means you actually have a vantage point over the map. There's even loot on the side of these things, but it's nothing special. That's unlike my favorite POI in the whole.
That's kind of cool. I kind of dig that. It's you know what I mean? It's kind of like giving you something you're used to, but making it a little bit different and just adding a different layer to the gameplay.
Season. Welcome to Wonky Land. It's an entire theme park with roller coaster grind rails, a Ferris wheel, and a huge musical stage with fireworks when you go near it. There's also a giant lazy river that goes around the whole POI, and it's called Jungle Gym. When you enter the line, you could actually find a classic "must be this tall to ride" signs, and it's perfectly placed. The average Fortnite.
Dude, the Fortnite influencers are insane, by the way. Look, classic. It's like, bro, you're not a real. There's something about making these videos that you just go like, all right, so, okay, first step, you're going to have normal people watching this. So act like a person they've never met once in their life.
Is just tall enough. I love it. Small cannons scattered around this place, letting you light the fuse and fire loot out of it. It's basically a chest hidden in plain sight. Chapter 7 is changing everything you know about Fortnite, and that includes reboot vans. Ever since these were added,
Oh, yeah, I saw this was interesting. You can drive the reboot vans around, which I think kind of, again, I like these add-ons that just add like a new element of play. You know what I mean? They just like add a new so now you can create new strategies. So because it was funny last time I was playing with you, Dunbar, and then Miguel and Trainer, I think, whoever we were playing with. We all got fucked up. Miguel was the last one left, and then he was running through, and he saw someone at a reboot van, and he fucking like took him out. So now adding the element where you like you're not just like, you don't have to be just like standing there being super vulnerable. You can take the van, throw people. I saw this earlier. You could throw people in it and like drive around. It's just like a cool element to add a new layer to gameplay.
you just can't move them, but that's not the case anymore. This season, reboot vans are officially drivable. Now look out, because some of them actually can't be driven, but you'll notice that every single one has a brand new design, and they're more like a reboot monster truck at this point. They even got seats in the back, which doubles as an automatic revive. You really Boulevard, which feels like it's the star of Chapter 7. This place is based entirely off of Hollywood and downtown LA, and you'll realize that the second you spot the giant sign in the distance. Fortnite also designed the famous LA canals, and they're full of beauty, and there's even a theater at this place called the Golden Reel, which looks inspired by classic Hollywood movie theaters. Now earlier, I showed you how you could transform into a boss, but what else do they drop? It turns out this might be the most useful boss ever, because characters like Human Bill literally drop things like the self-revive. Now you can also buy these vending machines, find them in chests, but they're exactly what they say.
Oh yeah, the self-revive. That's a new addition where you can self-revive, which I think is an interesting add-on. And again, just like little things. This is the thing, like you never need to like reinvent the wheel with this shit. You just need to add little shit to just freshen it up a little bit. You know what I mean?
In the name. When you're knocked, it'll get you right back up again, and you can even pick them up when you're down. Human Bill also drops something that is 10 times more powerful, and that's a weapon named the Arc Lightning Gun.
I will say I'm very excited to get into it too because it looks like the animation style has gotten a little bit of a added a little bit more depth to it.
Look at this thing in action. The pro players are gonna beg for this to get banned. A less powerful weapon is the Deadeye Assault Rifle, and yes, this basically means that weapon mods are back. Now sadly I didn't see any workbenches, but you can find modded versions of your favorite guns around the map, and the Deadeye adds a red dot scope on the top of the classic AR. Maybe you prefer a spin or shotgun, so how about two of them? That's right, you can straight up dual wield these now with the twin hammers.
I always like the dual wielding guns. They're never as good as the other ones, but they add did you say the butts have more depth? Nice. They made the asses rounder. I know what was it, like dual wielding Uzis or something? They never feel like they're better or give you an advantage, but god damn it, dual wielding guns is never not fun.
And that's not the only twin weapon, also gives us the dual micro SMGs. If you prefer
Micro SMGs, okay.
for a more powerful shotty, this is the Iron Pump Shotgun, and it's got a much lower fire rate, but just from how loud it is, you can tell it hits hard. Let's take another look around the map and move over to what's behind the battle.
I like that. I'm always a fan of the shotguns with a good spread and a quick reload rate.
Wood sign. Up in the mountains, you can explore Humble Hills, and from the name, you can already guess this is basically Fortnite's version of Hollywood Hills. There are mansions up here, as you'd expect, and one by Cat Holloway. You can find her NPC just straight up dancing, and if you're wondering who this is, she's a part of the Battle Pass. Her character is meant to be a famous movie actress, which would explain why she got her own pad in the hills. Now I gotta talk about how Chapter 7 took reality augments and Rift events and merged them together. There's a new feature called Rift Anomalies. They're small in-game events, and they'll give you special abilities out of nowhere. For example, you might be given the hide and seek event where standing still or crouching will turn you invisible. Now, it would be easy to fight invisible enemies if you got the right weapon though, and the new Hollow Rush SMG may look small, but man, this thing shoots fast.
I like the detail in the guns. The guns all just look heavier and like more aggressive and detailed.
So, most of the POIs in Chapter 7 are inspired by various cities. So when you look at InnoLoop Labs, you might be taken back by just how much it stands out. This is some kind of futuristic tech lab, but it's also the center of the new transport system on the map. You think hot air balloons and wingsuits were the only way to get around? Nope, there is one hidden underground, and it's a parody of Elon Musk's Hyper, leading to various POIs around the map. Still not as interesting as this huge movie studio on the island. And yes, you're reading that right. They're called Sus Studios. Don't let the ridiculous name fool you. It's actually a super cool POI. It's based on a Hollywood backlot, and you'll find all kinds of movie sets in here, like this card off a canyon, Thelma and Louise style, or this banana in a lab. The warehouses even have huge hangar blast doors that slowly close, but I'm mostly interested in this set, which is taken straight from the official Chapter 7 key art. He has stood in this room. Clearly, Dark Voyager is important to the storyline this season, and he might have some kind of control over Sus Studios, as they're in the 0 Point biome right now filming a movie. They've even built a huge warehouse here, but I'll talk about him later in the video, because the real suspicious activity is happening at
Yeah, I do. I gotta show love to. I love the vague stories that they keep in the background of everything going on. I kind of love it.
Classified Canyon. This is inspired by.
You know, it's funny. This also too. I wonder if they're taking inspiration from conspiracies and stuff, because there are conspiracies about in like secluded areas. I know there's stuff about it in the Pacific Northwest, and I think there's stuff about it in California maybe. But in these secluded areas, there's these like secret military bases that also have studios in them. So like it is kind of something funny when you walk into the movie studio and there's that control board, because that was part of the trailer where you had that dude standing around the control board. You had the dude standing around the control board, you know, acting like this scary, ominous guy, and then you find out that same control board is in like a movie studio. So I wonder if it's like a vague nod, like someone working at Fortnite knows deeper conspiracies, and it's like a vague nod to shit like that. And then on top of that, it's called Classified Canyon. Damn, if that's what that is, I'm not confident it is, but if it is, mad respect to Fortnite.
Area 51, and I'll wait for you guys to explore what's inside, but it even looks cool from the surface. I mean, there's also an alien-themed Durburger here, just like the alien cafes in Nevada. But you probably noticed by now, there's a brand new UI.
Oh yeah, this I like too. Again, like I like the fact that Fortnite just has crazy ideas and then figures out, or this is like my best assumption. I think they just have crazy ideas and then they figure out how to work it into this vague story. Cause like, you're not like, I feel like this is just them going like, all right, let's do something different with getting into the game. No more bus. They're surfing. I'm like, yes, that rules. We're surfing now. Cause go fuck yourself.
This season, changing everything on the screen. From the health bar to the compass and mini-map, even the sprint meter looks different. But most importantly, your hit marker and elimination feed looks cooler than ever before. Whether you're picking up the tactical pistol or this mysterious vengeful sniper rifle, the loophole is way more satisfying now. And Chapter 7 has a huge variety of POIs, from Fields, a private golf resort, to Rip Tides, a Ziggy skate park partially inspired by Santa Monica Beach. In the top left, you have Top Terrace, an entire village in the trees that needs launch pads to get up here, and Latte Landing. This is a small town on the coast that is home to a new business called Big Shots Coffee. So you've seen all the weapons, POIs, and
I really like too that they just completely changed the whole map. It's just everything's different, because one of the things that would be boring because they would basically every couple months do like a new update, but they would just update like, I remember when they did it with they included the whatever like the Mad Max type season was. I know it wasn't directly Mad Max, but it was like, yeah, it was Mad Max style, like post-apocalyptic. We're driving around in fucking souped up cars style. They just added that to part of the map. They did the same thing when they threw in a bunch of Star Wars stuff. They added that to part of the map. So then it's like you're still running through some of these like same areas. And I'm sure it's like a hassle to keep redesigning maps and figuring out this shit, but it is nice when you get an update and you don't have to run into the same fucking buildings every single fucking time. Well, and also too, it feels like they made the maps more cohesive, because I remember like a lot of the maps for the longest time, I think they did this with the cars because they wanted to encourage you to drive the cars more, which I was doing a lot of solos, and the car chapter sucked ass for solos. It fucking ripped when you were with a crew, but when you were running solos, the car one fucking sucked ass. Yeah, so I think hopefully they learn to have less, like, cars are good, but like it's also, in my opinion, it's way better to have less emphasis on cars and traveling in cars and stuff like that. Because also too, the other thing was like there'd be a lot of times too in that chapter or season where you'd be like one-on-one with someone and they just got the jump on you with the fucking turret on the car, and you just be fucked no matter, you know what I mean? Just it made getting into like the top 10 like actually kind of boring. I didn't like that season. But yeah, I think that because I played the fuck out of the Simpsons one because I loved it so much. I played the absolute fuck out of it, and the thing I noticed, it was like it felt more cohesive running from area to area. Yeah, and I like that.
Items. What about the Battle Pass? Well, the first guy that probably caught your attention was Marty McFly himself. After years of waiting, Back to the Future is in Fortnite, and he's got a camcorder pickaxe from the movie, along with his Gibson guitar as an instrument, which of course it doubles as a backing. Next in the pass, we have Karina, a YouTuber with a broken arm who loves skateboarding, so this means you also get an amazing traversal emote. Then we have Kingston, who is a lion, but also film director. If you couldn't tell from the way he dresses, this guy clearly loves the beach, judges emote, along with kicking back with a pineapple mocktail. Next up is Carter Wu, a movie star slash stuntman who does martial arts. And it seems like he's probably inspired a little bit by Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, considering they were also martial arts stuntmen turned actors. He's followed by Miles Cross, an action movie star. And finally, the coolest skin in the whole pass, our Tier 100 Dark Voyager. It seems like Eternal Voyager has now been transformed to King of the Cube.
Why do they name it black dudes Miles? It's like the go-to black guy name that's not like Tyrone or something like that. It's like if you want to have a go-to black guy name that's not overtly like Tyrone or shit like that. I'm just repeating myself. I apologize. But they go Miles a lot of times.
And maybe our new villain of the season. His reality is redacted, and his entire set is themed around the Golden Cube, from his pickaxe and backbling to his amazing emote. Let me just say, the storyline this season is gonna be absolutely insane. I hope you guys enjoy the.
Hell yeah. I need to get one of those supported creator ones. I need one of those. What the hell? Support Big Red. Wait, how do they have to give you that, or can I just tell you guys to do that? Anyway, yeah, man, I'm very excited to get into this new season of Fortnite. It looks very cool. The way they handled the Simpsons one, it seems like they're, trying to do some really cool shit with Fortnite. There was also different gameplay elements where I know there was other little things where apparently when you're like knocked down you can like roll back and forth and stuff like that. But I'll probably, I'll get into that more when I actually like play the game and get into all that kind of shit. But dude was way too hyped about the Voyager skin. Yeah, there I gotta be honest, sometimes when they try to get you hyped about like the Fortnite exclusive characters, you're like, I don't know who that is. I want to play with Vegeta with Jordans on. That, by the way, is gonna be my next absolutely stupid purchase. Is I want to so badly put shoes on my character. But yeah, man, this was fun. I gotta get out of here because we're recording panties today at 1. So thank you for hanging out with me today, guys. This was very fun. I will be back tomorrow. I got some more stuff to talk about. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a dude like handing out machetes to the homeless. And I forgot to talk about the Paul Heyman video. Hell yeah, bunch of great stuff to talk about. Wait, let me pull up and save that Paul Heyman video real quick so I don't forget to talk about that. But yeah, Paul Heyman I'm gonna save that for tomorrow because I want to go into a bigger rant about it, because it's just what like irritates me about the current state of wrestling fan, or I don't even know if it's like the current state of but just I don't know, dude. Wrestling fans are they you know what it is? And this will just be a little taste of what I'm gonna fucking bitch about tomorrow. But like wrestling fans, they're really good. You know, it's funny. I've seen it too with like, funny enough, like libertarians too. And it's what annoys me about libertarians. Like the most recent libertarian drama, and I'm certain none of you saw it, so I'll give you a quick little recap. But the most recent libertarian drama is this dude put out like a 3-hour video about Dave and how Dave's not good at messaging on libertarianism. And it's like the ultimate irony of like, yeah, dude, you're claiming to be like an anarchist, so you have the most understanding of like how we claim the free market works and how the free market's supposed to work and all this other shit. So like, how about just be better? Like if Dave's, cause like, there's just this there's like this ultimate irony in the fact of like, no, Dave Smith, who's just gone out there and, preached the good word of libertarianism and just on his own has organically become like the person people want to pay attention to. And it's like, so you're going to do a 3-hour video about like, he's actually not. No, it's like him actively existing is what's sort of proven his value to the people. So it's like, you understand the free market, go just be better than him. But it's like, you realize you can't. So you just make a 3-hour video crying about it, making really stupid arguments. So it's like this weird meta thing where like libertarians are really good at understanding the free market until it's time to analyze why they're not as popular as someone else. It's very weird. And then the same thing with like in a similar vein with wrestling fans, they're like very good at understanding how wrestling works until what bad guy Paul Heyman shoves a child, which not even like it's not like he fucking punched a baby. It was like a kid ran up on him. And you know, I understand it's a kid, but also it was like a mixture of things. I was like, bro, if I had a video of like, this is whenever wrestling fans see a thing and they go like, well, that was too far. And like, you know, in the same breath, they'll like, man, wrestling just ain't the same as it used to be. And you're like, well, that's how it used to be. So either you're not as smart of a mark as you realized, or you don't like how it used to be. But it's like, I always say that whenever a wrestling fan's like, oh, was this too far? Sit down and go like, would you love to have a video of that happening to you as a kid? So it's like, would I love there to be a video of like, would I love it if there was a video of Paul Heyman shoving me as a kid? And I go, yeah, I would show everyone that all the time. I would start every conversation with that. So it's like, yeah, like that's my barometer for this shit. And it's like, yeah, you all would think that would rule. You know what I mean? But anyway, breaking wrestling fans are retarded. Yes. No, but like someone had the best tweet about it too. It was the one I saved where it was like, oh yeah, where it was this guy was like, yeah, this is not a good look for Paul Heyman, which is just it's so funny too, coming from Wrestling Clips Twitter account, like, you know, with 200,000 followers, a Twitter account that's like, I know, like, I'm a big wrestling guy, and it's just like, oh, this isn't a good look for Paul Heyman. You must not know a single thing about Paul Heyman. And the guy even said, wait until you hear about anything he's ever done. But anyway, I'll do it in a more entertaining, concise way tomorrow.